Or did you? Hello everyone, welcome to For His Namesake. We're glad that you're here. Today, Valentine and I will do and you are also going to join in on a fun trivia. I think it was maybe a couple of weeks ago we did the women of the Bible, the good, the bad, the ugly, and now we're going to do the men of the Bible. And it seemed like there were a whole lot more men to choose from than there were women, that's for sure. I just didn't know who to choose. They were all exciting to learn about. So we're going to do the men of the Bible. So what we need for you to do is to get yourself a piece of paper, pen or pencil, and number your page 1 through 10. And we'll get started. And like we said before, if you need to stop at any time, you can, and just put it on pause and then continue on. And then when we're done with all of them, then we'll go over and tell you the answers, and you can tell us how you did. And then we'll tell you whether or not they were a good influence or a bad influence for us for today. Okay? All right, let's get started. I will start with this, and you know, they may be a little funny looking, but this is the best I could do.
I think they're cute.
Thank you. Okay, this man found grace. So this is number 1. This man found grace in the eyes of God. God saved him and his family from a terrible fate that the rest of the world would encounter. Who is this?
And number 2. He was a man full of faith and the Holy Spirit, falsely accused of blasphemy against Moses and God. After addressing his accusers about the scriptures and Jesus, he was stoned to death. He's considered to be the first Christian martyr.
Okay. Number 3. He ordered that all babies 2 and under be put to death as a way to kill baby Jesus. Who is this?
Number 4. Had his brother Amnon killed for his inappropriate behavior toward their sister. He was handsome, had a lot of hair. Every year he cut it, and it weighed 200 shekels, which is 5.5 pounds. He conspired against his father, the king, and during battle, his head got caught in a tree's branches, and he was killed.
Okay, number 5. He helped his uncle's daughter prevent someone from killing the Jewish people, and he aided in the prevention of the death of the king. Who is this?
Number 6. He is the grandson of Abraham. With his mother's help, he deceived his father and got the blessing meant for his twin brother. God appeared to him at Bethel, and he worked 14 years total so he could have the woman he loved as his wife.
Number 7. He was a tiller of the ground while his brother was a keeper of sheep. This man sought revenge when God showed favor to his brother. Who is this?
Number 8. The angel of the Lord called him Mighty Man of Valor. He was commanded to tear down the altar of Baal, the idol, and its image his father had. He was also told he would defeat the Midianites, and with God's instructions, he did.
Number 9. He lied to the Holy Spirit. He kept back proceeds from land that he and his wife sold. Who is this?
And number 10. He was the spokesman for his brother. He got to witness God's wonders and miracles. He was told by the Israelites to make idols, so he made a golden calf. He was appointed by God to be priest.
Okay, that concludes the trivia, and now we're going to give you those answers.
Hope you did well.
Yeah. Okay. Number 1. He found grace in the eyes of God. God saved him and his family from a terrible fate that the rest of the world was going to encounter. This is Noah.
Number 2, the one who was accused of blaspheming God and was stoned to death, that's Stephen. And you can find him in the book of Acts.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you where to find Noah. Noah, of course, is found in Genesis chapters 6 through 8, and we were supposed to let you know whether or not they were a good influence or a good role model or a bad role model. And obviously Noah was a very righteous man, and that's why God found favor in his eyes, and he built the ark that God had told him to do. So he was obedient. So we learn obedience and righteousness from Noah.
And from Stephen, well, being the first martyr, I mean, he was not afraid. He called in the name of the Lord, and he said, God forgive them, just like Jesus did.
Okay. And number 3, he ordered that all babies 2 and under be put to death as a way to kill baby Jesus. That's a pretty famous story. That's none other than King Herod. And of course, he's a bad role model to us. Just terrible. And I don't even need to explain why. So.
Number 4, the one who had his brother killed or conspired against his father and his head got caught. That is Absalom, King David's son. And his story is in 2 Samuel 13 through, I think it's 19. So, though he had good intentions toward his sister, he was still what I would call a very deceptive man. And treating his father like that, so, yeah, not a good role model.
And number 5, he helped his uncle's daughter prevent someone from killing the Jewish people, and he aided in the prevention of the death of a king. That is Mordecai. And that is found in Esther chapter 2 verses 5 through 7 and chapter 2 verse 19. And he's a good guy because he was loyal to his uncle's daughter, and just very, very loyal, and helped her, raised her up as his own. So I thought that was nice.
Number 6, the grandson of Abram, also a deceptive man, but God still used him. This is Jacob, and he's through half the book of Genesis, chapters 25 through 50. He has good and bad qualities. The bad is deception and treating one wife better than the other. He married 2, Leah and Rachel. And I guess the good is, well, he did, that story where he wrestled against God. So apparently he did know God. And because of Jacob, they had the 12 tribes of Israel.
Number 7, he was a tiller of the ground while his brother was a keeper of sheep. This man sought revenge when God showed favor to his brother. Well, we should all know that was Cain. And that's found in Genesis chapter 4, verses 1 through 15. Well, he's of course, what we would call, the title of this video is supposed to be The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Men of the Bible, the good, bad, and the ugly. And of course, this is ugly. And when we say ugly, that doesn't mean that they were ugly in appearance. They were just ugly in their personality or behavior. That's mainly what we're referring to as far as ugly. So Cain, of course, is a very bad.
The first murderer.
Yeah, bad role model. An ugly, as far as behavior is concerned, role model to us, or to men today.
Number 8, he was called a mighty man of valor and told by the angel of the Lord to tear down the altar and that he would defeat the Midianites. This is Gideon, and his story is in Judges 6 through 8. Good and bad about Gideon. I forgot all the details, but I do know that he questioned God a lot. He's like, God, if you really want me to do this, would you please do this for me to make sure that this is really what you want? So he tested God, but God in his patience went along with it. So.
Number 9, he lied to the Holy Spirit. He kept back proceeds from land that he and his wife sold. I'm probably going to say this wrong. Ananias, and of course his wife's name was Priscilla. I think that's her name. And his story and her story is found in Acts chapter 5, verses 1 through 5. And of course, he was a bad influence on us today. What not to do? Don't steal money. Don't keep back money. That's a form of lying as well, a way of cheating and lying and stealing, even if you keep back money for yourself. So, yeah.
And number 10, the spokesman for his brother, the brother who said that he could not speak. So this man came along and he made the golden calf, sadly, but he was also appointed by God to be priest. This is Aaron, Moses' brother, and he was first mentioned in the book of Exodus. So good and bad, again. he went along with what the Israelites said and made an idol. And the good is he got to be a priest.
Yeah. And that concludes our trivia for today. We hope that you did very well, and let us know down in the comments below how you did. And I know I learned a lot through this. This is kind of like a Bible study to me, because I don't know my Bible history very well, especially Old Testament. And a lot of these came from the Old Testament that we did today. So this was a learning experience for me. I hope it was a learning experience for y'all as well. And fun, too.
And fun, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, we hope that you like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. Leave your comments down below. It's always so much fun to interact with you guys and let us know that you participated. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.